Hi, this is Julie Dorsers. I'm a Master Gardener with the London Middlesex Master Gardeners, and today I'm going to talk about starting dahlias or cannas. If you've stored them over the winter, hopefully they've made it. If not, you can purchase new ones. This is one of the ones I've purchased. So first of all, we're going to talk about cleaning your containers. So it's really important that whatever container you use, I'm using ones I found in my garage, but they're kind of dirty. And if you don't clean them properly, you can get something called dampening off. So I'm going to put them in the sink, and I'm going to add water, and I'm going to add 10% bleach. That's really important. And this helps prevent something called dampening off and make sure there's no bugs or little infections, and it's really good to do. Okay, after you've cleaned all your containers in 1 part bleach, 9 parts water, and you've dried them off, then you're ready to put a dahlia or your canna into the container. So I've cleaned this bin here and I've added soil. It's for seeds and cuttings. It is much lighter than potting soil. Do not use potting soil, it's too heavy. So this is parts sphagnum, peat moss, and vermiculite. So it's really light and fluffy, and that helps the roots develop for the plant. So I'm going to take my container, I'm going to fill it about halfway. I find the dahlias need a little bit of a wider, I'm just going to set this down here, a wider pot with a bigger hole, because they tend to be a wider tuber or root. So I'm going to take it out of here. Now it's in sawdust, and you can, so it looks like this. It's actually got 2 tubers in it, although it says 1. So you can see this is the part of the stem, so that's going to be up top. So we're going to set that in there. And this one, you can see this is the stem. So these tubers or rhizomes go underneath. So I might need two pots for this. So I think I'll put this in 2 pots just to give it room. You want that stem close to the top, but not enough. You want those tubers at the bottom. So as you can see, there's the stem there. So I can kind of see if it starts growing. And then I'm going to give it some water. Not too much. You don't want it soaked. You just want to, you're basically trying to imitate spring a little bit. So now I'm going to set this in a sunny window. You can also put it under a light fixture and give it a couple weeks. You'll start to see growth. You don't have to put dahlias in pots ahead of time, but it will give you blooms sooner rather than later. One last step is you make sure you label the pot. If you don't label the pot, you don't know what it is. And if you have more than one, you'll never know, because dahlias all look the same when they start, so it's hard to distinguish. So this was a popsicle stick I saved. Try to reuse something. You don't have to buy a fancy label. So this is what a canna looks like. It's usually bigger. This is from 1 year, and I didn't pull the whole thing. I just pulled enough of a portion. But as you can see here, this is kind of white and red. So this would be the top. And so you plant it just like the cannas. You're going to put it down, and you kind of want to leave just a little bit of soil on top. Julie Dorsers with the London Middlesex Master Gardeners to give you the Dahlia update. So we put this Dahlia in the pot about 2 weeks ago, and it's now starting to sprout. Almost all of them have a little bit of green. This one has the most. As you can see here, you can see it's really starting. So once it gets going, it'll take off and it'll be great. You can see the little bit of brown there, that's cinnamon. So we put cinnamon on. It also helps mold and fungus. So sometimes if you think it's too damp, you can just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon and it won't hurt the plant at all. Okay, so this is being kept under lights 24 hours a day, but because our weather has gotten quite good, today was 17, I could probably put it out during the day and then bring it in at night if I have the energy and I don't work for a living. If you have time to do that, that's a great thing to do because it starts to acclimatize the plant already to the outdoors.